Hello everyone, Andrew here, and welcome to another random game of the day. Today we are obviously playing Wario World, as Wario himself just welcomed you to, and this is actually a very interesting GameCube game, because it is actually Wario's only ever 3D adventure, which is actually really cool, because people may know I am a huge fan of the Wario Land games, and it's kind of like a 3D interpretation of one of the 2D Wario Land games, which is really neat. The Wii did have a Wario game, although it was a 2D side-scroller, which was actually still awesome. Wario Land Shake It was my favorite Wii game. Although this was actually a really interesting take on it too. It's a very interesting and strange game, but it's also a lot of fun. Although it never really took off, and I can kind of see why, because it has some flaws. But obviously, since I'm a huge fan of the Wario games, I could kind of get past those and play and just beat everything up in sight and get all of their treasures. So pretty much we're just going to start a new game with this, and that is why there is no memory card inserted, because it doesn't really matter, and just see where the heck we end up by the end of this. So yeah, there is some story here at the beginning, not super important. The main thing you need to know about a Wario game is that you are Wario, and you go around and you beat up all of the enemies and break open everything that you see and then take the money that comes out. And then at the end of the level, you just hope that you have a lot of money. But overall, I mean, yeah, the Wario World is a lot different than, say, a Mario platformer, because it focuses a lot more on, obviously, not just finding, you know, like the stars in the level, or just making it to the end of the level, but you have to find a whole bunch of things along the way, a whole bunch of different treasures, get a whole bunch of money, a whole bunch of different other items, and overall it's a lot of fun. But the gameplay is a little bit strange, and it's definitely a lot different than, say, you know, Mario Sunshine, another, like, obviously the main Mario platformer of the GameCube. So you shall see as we get into the game here. This cutscene's not very long, and yeah, it's overall a pretty fun game, and I actually don't know too many people who have played it to the very end. Like I said, it's kind of underrated, but it's also kind of strange, so some people might not really like it, whereas since I'm a big fan of the Wario games, I do really like it. But yeah, overall, Wario, his console appearances haven't been super great. I mean, on like the NES and the Super NES, you had Wario Woods, and you didn't even actually play as Wario in that game. Just some kind of crazy puzzle game. It's an okay game. Then there was no Wario games on the N64, then you had this for the GameCube, and then luckily he also got some recognition on the Wii with Wario Land Shake It. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with him on the Wii. Hopefully he gets a really epic game there. But overall, here we have Wario World. Like I said, like a 3D interpretation of a Wario Land game. And here we have all the different worlds. You can kind of see the numbers on the gates above there. Got World 4 there. And one moment. Okay, and we are back. Just wanted to make sure that everything was recording perfectly there, and luckily it was. So yes, here we have the massive world. All four kind of worlds surround that main area there. And then this area right here is just where we check up on kind of our status of the game here. The main point is to open up this treasure chest, and we will need to find all four pieces are kind of the key that unlocks it. So there's nothing that we can really do right there at the moment. And also there are these little pedestals that surround everything with some question marks. And what those are will be revealed later. It's actually kind of interesting, and we shall see. But anyway, we do have some basic attacks here. B button is just your basic punch. If you hold the B button, it will do Wario's trademark kind of shoulder elbow smash forward. You can also press R to skip the punch and just instantly do the dash. And also, if you press A while you are dashing, you'll do kind of a long jump, which is pretty cool. A and then R does a ground pound, and then A and B just kind of punches in the air. But without further ado, let us move on to World 1, which is right here. And it is obviously the grass-themed world. What else would World 1 be? Also on the sides, that's not water. I think it's like you kind of fall in there. So yeah, if you fall down a hole, it is luckily not instant death. It will usually damage you a bit, but since we are on the main overworld, it does absolutely nothing at the moment. But anyway, moving forward, we have the first level, which is inside this door, and outside every level there is a to-do list. We have whip the boss. Yes, every level actually has a boss. Every world has a major boss at the end of it that gives you a piece of the key for that treasure chest, but every level also has kind of a mini boss at the end, which is usually not super difficult. Get the heart fragment by getting all of the gold statues. It will earn you a new life segment, although it's actually kind of interesting how that works. And you will see by the end of this level, and then get back my stuff, find all of the treasures hidden everywhere. Pressing start brings up the pause menu, which has a really kind of funny Wario nagging at you sound. But I don't even really know what else to say with that. And yeah, it's basically press A to get out of that, not start. But let's enter the first level anyway. And that's kind of one of our typical loading screens, is for you falling into absolutely nothing. Excitement Central, Greenhorn Forest is our first level of the game. The graphics in this game are actually quite nice. I do like the graphics. But anyway, the point of every level in this game is find all 8 of Wario's treasures, as you will see here on our pause menu. There are 8 treasures, all marked by question marks at the moment because we have not found them. Then that will light up when we beat the boss, that will light up when we find all the gold statues, and that will light up when we find all the treasures. And then there are these light bulbs down here, which will become obvious momentarily. But to start off, a very obvious beginner mistake is that you just continue on with the level, not really look for any secrets at the moment, but actually one of the very first secrets of the game is hidden on this tree here, where you can kind of see a ladder engraved into it. And if you climb up this, you will find some enemies up here. And it's kind of funny because usually, you get tutorials about all this stuff, like how to fight. Well, I'm kind of just skipping absolutely everything at the moment because this is actually one of the very last things you're supposed to find in the level. But since I knew where it was, we kind of came after it first. So there you go. Collect treasures to activate games for transfer to your Game Boy Advance. So I'll get to that in a little bit. But anyway, there you go. We found the very last treasure of the level because it did not expect you to find that secret in the tree at the very beginning. Because, it's just kind of, you're starting the game. Who would ever look at that tree there? So there we go. We found the diamond, which is the 8th treasure of the level. But we found it first just because. So as you saw, there was some very basic combat there. Larger enemies, you can grab them, pick them up, and then do a ground pound with them, although I did not have to use them to hit that switch. Anyway, moving on here, there is a box over there. Wario scratches his butt for absolutely no reason, just because he's Wario. So you break this open, and you will find these guys, and they will give you hints. They are Sprite Wings, not to be confused with Shine Sprites, Sprite Wings of the Forest. So yeah, the evil black jewel did some stuff, it's not so great, and you can press the A button to do stuff, B button to do stuff, and you can KO stuff. So once you find those guys inside of the boxes, they will kind of, the light bulbs at the bottom of the pause menu will light up, and you can kind of read through whatever the advice was that they gave you. Although the advice, it's usually just kind of little hints maybe on where things are hidden, or kind of tips on how to tackle an enemy or something like that, but they will not be super important in this level. So there we go. Now we can finally continue on now that that is out of the way. Let's proceed on here. Yes, that's what's with that. That's the thing about Wario World. You never know where secrets are going to be hidden, and that's one of the things I love about this game. You kind of have to look absolutely everywhere. Right here we have a piece of the statue. Collect these to get heart fragments. So if you press start, you can kind of look over at the right, and it will show you just how many pieces of the statue you have. First, so far we have only found the head, so that is 1 out of 8 pieces hidden in this level. It's the first level, so things will not be super difficult. I mean, we already saw it. There is another piece hidden up here, so number 2. We have some more enemies here. It's cool. Once you defeated the big enemy, you can grab them, lift them up, and if you rotate the control stick, you can kind of spin them around and just destroy everything that is nearby, and then throw them away at the end, because who needs them after you've defeated everything? And yeah, so overall, combat in this game is not too bad. Overall, we saw a display of this earlier. The way that you find the kind of main treasures in this game is it will always start with a switch, and you'll hit the switch, and then somewhere in the level there will be a W pad of the same color that corresponds to the switch that you hit, and then a treasure chest will appear on that pad after you've hit the switch. And when you break open that treasure chest, you will get the treasure, and this should correspond to the very first treasure of the level, which is a ruby, which is pretty cool. But anyway, that is how the game works. And of course, this is the first level, so everything won't be super well hidden, except for that first treasure that we kind of found a little later in the game. Things can get very, very well hidden. Anyway, garlic represents your health, and each time you pick up a piece of garlic, you will get 1 heart back, which is kind of neat. And we just kind of have to check out everywhere to make sure that we are not missing anything. You can jump to this kind of log here and go around that, and as you can see, there is a yellow W pad up there, although we need to find the switch first, which is hidden in a place which I do not 100% remember. Because Wario World is a game, I play it once every couple of years, and make it to the end, and it is a game that I quite enjoy. Oh yes, this would be a good time to display the Z button attack, or the Z button attack, where when you hold it, Wario will kind of rip off Kirby, and he will suck up all coins and items that are nearby, which is pretty good, so you don't have to kind of, run up to every single coin individually, and you can just use that to pick up things quickly. So, I mean, you always wondered how Wario got so much treasure. That is how, by eating it. It also explains Wario's massive size. But anyway, the yellow switch was down there, and we used it to cause that yellow treasure to appear. So that is number 2, and it is an opal. So, usually, the items that you pick up in every level will kind of have a theme. So this one seems to be gems. So far we picked up a ruby, opal, and a diamond. So we shall see what else we pick up throughout the level. So let's see. Proceed on here. Is there anything hidden back here? Not really. There's some enemies over here. Overall, picking up coins is sometimes good for things. And you shall see a little bit in the future. Although you do not need to spend too much time picking up money. Just overall, it's just, who doesn't love picking up tons of money in every level? Listen, eventually you're going to have to deal with the stone doohickey that sits on the goal. So basically there are red diamonds hidden in every level, and they are hidden in sub-levels. So you're going to have to go into these sub-levels and find the red diamonds. And overall, there is this garlic dispensing guy here, and if you pay him the amount of money it says above him, he will give you a piece of garlic. Which will replenish one of your pieces of health, which is good, because if you're running low on health, you definitely do not want to die, because you will have to redo the entire level over again. So I mean, 20 coins does not seem like that much, although of course in later levels of the game, it will start to cost more. This is one of those sub-levels that the guy there was just talking about, and as you can see there is light coming out of it, which indicates that there is still a red diamond hidden in it. So when you ground pound, you will be taken to the sub-level, and it will look like this, and you'll have to find the red diamond that is hidden somewhere in it. There may also be other items hidden as well, as you can see from that gold statue piece right there. We got the gold statue piece, got the red diamond, and yes, at the end of every level, you will need a certain number of red diamonds before you can meet the boss. And I believe every level, it will show at the bottom, every level has a different number. Actually, what am I trying to say? Every level, I believe, has 8 red diamonds in it. Although every level requires a different number of red diamonds before you can get to the boss. And you can see underneath where the red diamond is there that there are kind of 3 kind of just podium things there, and that indicates that you need 3 red diamonds to get to the end of the level. Every level requires a different number, and we can actually look through every level in the game right now and just see how many they need. So you can see World 2 needs 4, World 3 needs 5, and World 4 requires 6 red diamonds. So overall, these will be hidden throughout the level in various places, and as you go on in the game, you will need to spend more time and energy kind of locating them and figuring out where they are, and they will help you proceed on. But anyway, we do not need any of your garlic. Why would I give you any of my precious money? Here we have some blocks, and you can only break them from the side that kind of has, the bandage on it and the cracks. So at least we can break that there. And Wario's World does not abide by the laws of physics. Therefore, when you break the block on the bottom, it does not make all of the other blocks fall that are on top of it. So let's see, if we do that, does this actually do anything decent? I am not sure if we can do anything cool here or not. I do not know if I have ever actually tried. Now, it looks like we will go up there eventually anyway, so there's not much need to worry about it at the moment, although maybe I can get up there just for fun? No, that does not appear so. But anyway, we can break these, break that, and we can ground pound here and go into another sub-level. As you've probably noticed at the bottom right there, that is the C-stick and an eye. You can use the C-stick to change your camera angle in these sub-areas, which is something that you can actually not do in the main area. You cannot change your camera angle in the main kind of levels. You can only do that in the sub-levels, although usually the camera angle is not too bad, so this is not too much of an issue. But anyway, 2 crystals there. 2 out of 8, although we only need 3 to get to the boss, so if we miss one, no one is really going to care. And wow, all of these boxes come back when you come out of a sub-level. I kind of forgot about that. This thing here, if you ground pound it, it will shoot you upwards, which is pretty cool. So we can do that. And also, if we proceed on to the left here, as we saw earlier, there is a treasure pad up here, and hopefully the button is not too far away. As the levels go on, the buttons and the treasure pads will be separated a lot more. But since this is the beginning, they do not usually cause you to look around too much for where things are located. Anyway, on top of here we have a statue piece. Although, what is it called? The diamond is still hidden somewhere. So, of course, the natural conclusion is just break absolutely everything and hope that it is hidden somewhere in here. So, let's just see. So, break that, break that, break that. Let's see, let's break that. And, let's see, let's turn the camera out a little bit and break that, and 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 that. And there we go, we went into the middle and got that out. And we could spend time breaking every single one of these and getting some coins, but we are not going to worry about that too much. So yeah, since we got the crystal, it is no longer a sparkling up through that door there. There is the yellowish green treasure pad, although the button is not right beside it, so hopefully it will be up here somewhere. Maybe I should have gone to the left first. That would probably have been a good idea. You can also usually pick up random things around the level and swing them too. So let's see, let's do that. And just kind of... luckily it is not the Nintendo 64 controller, so spinning it like that will not wreck your control stick. And yeah, the coins do not last very long. I have a massive pet peeve for games where it does not give you a very long amount of time to pick up items. I've always really hated that, but anyway, just pick up you and spin, let's kill absolutely everything around, get rid of that, and just eat all of the money. And we could destroy you guys, but that would take quite a while. So let's see, let's fall down through here, break this chest open, and treasure number 4. Well, actually, it's supposed to be number 3, but anyway, it is the amethyst. I've always loved that kind of word. I'm probably not even pronouncing it right, because me and words never seem to get along very well, but it's not a gem that is used very often in games. Let's see, let's name games that I can think of that it's used in other than this game. Luigi's Mansion 2 is one of those games. The first mansion, the gems that you need to collect are all amethysts, and also Terraria has amethysts in it. But anyway, continuing on here, we see another switch here, which will make a treasure chest appear somewhere in the level, and let's jump down, because I get the feeling that we may be missing things. Earlier on we went up there, so let's break this open, let's get some money, and let's also break this box open, which I'm sure will give us an absolutely useless hint. Are you using the B button correctly? Well, I'm not using it to make cake, that's for sure. First hold down the B button and then put it into the blender to create chocolate cake. Put it into the oven for exactly 30 seconds, no more, no less, and then give it to the massive Shy Guy to complete Chapter 4 of Paper Mario. That is good information to know. Anyway, proceeding down here, we have these kind of towers here of blocks, and the trick is that you want to hit each of them the exact right number of times so that you can kind of create a stairway to take you to... Oh, I kind of botched that one, that's for sure. To kind of take it to the top. Yeah, this is not going super well, but luckily, as we have learned, when you leave a sub-area, all of the boxes come back, so we can use that to our advantage right here to go back down. I don't even know how I got in there that time. And break all of these. Well, not all of them. I'm going to just break just the right number to help us get to the top. So let's see. So hopefully that's right. I guess I might as well eat all of this money just for fun. So let's jump on that, jump on that, jump on that. Is that a good height? Maybe. Ugh. Nope. I guess I might need just one more, unfortunately. That's too bad. Gotta redo that one more time. So, the solution to this super complex puzzle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1. And there you go. This should hopefully make a good enough staircase to help us get to the top. So grab onto that, grab onto that. There we go. Get to the top. And there's a piece of garlic because we were missing half a piece of health. Then we can jump on this spring and go back up to the top. Alright, so let's proceed on. We have some more enemies here, but we do not even care about you. I mean, if you really wanted to get a whole ton of money, you could spend a long time kind of defeating those and you're going back into the hole and then coming back out and defeating more of them, but we're not going to worry about it too much. So get all of that money there. Climb up this tree, and wow, those ladders that kind of are hard to notice are really sneaky. So let's jump up onto here. We have a giant Wario head. And let's see, so this would be a good time to point out that you can grab items and then throw them. So like in this case here where I completely botched that throw. Let's see, so let's kind of beat you up and grab you so I can demonstrate it, and we can pick that up and throw it at that switch, which hit it. And you can tell if you have hit a switch because it is kind of flashing as it is there. So if we jump back down here, oh, we have another door to go inside, so we might as well take care of that right now before finding the next treasure. Go down here, and ooh, we have the introduction of these circle kind of orb things. When you hit them, you will grab onto them, and you'll just kind of stick to them until you decide to jump off. So there you go, it's kind of a little easy puzzle to get you introduced to them there, where you have to turn and not get hit. You can grab that, and you can grab that. You can hit the spring, which will take us back up to the surface. And go through here. I'm going to continue on. You can jump on this thing. I hope that I did not miss the blue treasure. I'm kind of trying to think to myself. Oh, no, here we go. And this gem is... Whoa, I missed a treasure somewhere. This is a sapphire. So there we go. We have 5 of the gems. We're going to have to go back and look for the one that I missed. And so far, otherwise, we have 7 of the statue pieces and are missing 3 of the red crystals. So, man, where did I miss a treasure? This is a tricky kind of puzzle here. Let's go back here. So, the colors of the switches and chests will always appear in the same level, as far as same order in every level. So, like, red will always be first and that kind of thing. But anyway, where did I miss one here? Let's see. So, yeah, so, let me see. So over here we got a treasure. I know I got this. Yeah, so we got that. We got this one here. So where did I miss one in between? This is the first level. Let's not start getting tricked by all of these tricky things. Okay, so let's see here. Where did I miss that thing? Was it over here? No, I hit that. Oh, okay. So once you collect the treasure, the pad and switch that correspond to it will turn gray. So this green switch never turned gray. So that means I must be missing the treasure somewhere around here. Probably kind of up at the front of the level or down here. Man, Andrew, you are just being really stupid when it comes to that. Alright, so let's see. I missed the Ember. Okay, so we are missing 2 more treasures, 1 more treasure piece. Oh, sorry, no, 1 more statue piece, and 3 crystals. So let's go hunt those out right now. So let's just proceed on with the level. Hit this thing to go over here, and I believe earlier on I saw a sub-level hidden back here that we can go down, and we will find another piece of the crystal down here. So if we hit the switch, that will create a staircase, which easily takes us up to where the crystal is hidden. Yeah, sometimes the puzzles will be super easy, and then other times they will be super stressful. Not really stressful. Never get stressed out of video games. Remember, it is just a game, but sometimes they will be pretty tricky, and sometimes it will be more than just kind of, a simple room. Sometimes there will be massive kind of areas that you have to go through before you are able to get the red crystal. But those do not appear until later on in the game. Careful, Wario! All these cliffs and deep chasms around here are really dangerous. If you fall, you will go to the Unithorn's lair, so I will show you about that. Or if you fall down a hole, it does not instantly kill you. It will instead take you to this kind of crazy place down here, falling in this liquid. I guess, I want to say it's water, but Wario has never been afraid of water in any of his other games. It will cause you to lose coins. Also, being attacked by these things will cause you to lose coins. And the point of this area is you just want to find the spring to take you back up to the surface. So there you go. It was hidden in that box right there. And that will take you back up to here. So that is kind of what you want to do when you accidentally fall down into an area like that. And let's see. Where is the purple switch hidden? This is a blue switch. Wow. So I missed the purple switch somewhere. Let's see. Oh, there is the purple switch up there. Okay. So, I mean, I know I skipped by a whole bunch of stuff. So I wasn't 100% sure if the order that I wanted to do things in. No, there is nothing hidden over there. What are you even doing, Andrew? Although that seems like the perfect place that a switch should have been hidden. So let's see. I want to go down here. Hit that purple switch. So now we can go back and get the treasure that corresponded to that. Also, we can jump to the left here. And we can pick... no, we don't have to go in there yet. Man, I cannot do anything. Guess I might as well go and get that purple treasure, which was right here. And I have no idea what that one was. We shall check after I get the blue one. Guess I might as well break open this box here. And wow, you have a thing. And the oh, okay, so basically what it is saying is that these balloons right here, if you hang on to them for long enough, they will take you back to the beginning of the level. Also, basically it's also saying you can press start and it will tell you how many things you have from each level. but we are not really too worried about that because we already know how to press start and check just how many items we have. Let's see, so this thing right here, we have like Tetris all over the place. And we can use this to help us get to the crystal and this box right here, which is pretty cool. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so we've hit that switch. All we have left is the blue treasure hidden somewhere, and we have found the emerald. If we press the C stick, we can cause that to spin faster, which is always great because who does not love to view their treasures at a faster pace than usual? Let's see, let's go to the left. We have another sub-area down here, and this one contains spikes, although other than that, we don't really have too much to worry about. That was the final treasure piece, and as it indicated right there, that will give us an extra heart piece once we have finished off the level, and that right there was the final red gem, although we do not get anything for finding all of those. Unlike finding all of the treasure, you do not really need to find all of the red crystals. They are pretty much just for your own satisfaction and for you to be happy that you have completed the level. Anyway, climbing up here, let us see. As I keep falling off edges because I keep kind of screwing up the way that the perception of this game works. So, darn it! You kind of made me slide off there. Anyway, see, let's climb up this ladder here. Jump to the left, jump over here, and darn. Slowly, slowly. There we go! That was super easy, and I made it look super difficult. But anyway, treasure complete. And the final treasure of the level was the Topaz. Let's see, we had the Ruby, Opal, Amethyst, Amber, Diamond, Emerald, Topaz, and Sapphire. Very cool. Here we have a really massive enemy, which if we beat up enough times, we can somehow lift up and spin around to defeat everything in our path, which is pretty cool. But anyway, moving on here, I believe we have found everything. We found all of the statue pieces, all the red crystals, all of the treasure. The only thing left to do on this screen is to defeat the boss, and we can get to them by ground pounding this area that we can only access after finding 3 red crystals, and we have done more than that, so that is pretty cool. Anyway, here we have the great green guy, and if we punch him enough times, and then get away when he kind of goes on his angry rage, and then punch again, we can pick him up, and we can spin around, and we can press B whenever we want to kind of throw him off the edge and damage him. So overall, a pretty basic first boss of the game. Just kind of have to beat him up, and then when he gets angry, just move out of the way. And then, when he finally stops having an angry rage, punch him again, and then lift him, spin him around, and throw him. So overall, not super difficult, but yeah, I always found it kind of interesting that every single level in this game actually ends with the boss. Overall, it is actually not a very long game. Like I said, there are 4 levels, 4 worlds, and each world contains 2 levels, and then a master boss at kind of the end. So you beat the 2 levels, fight the 2 bosses in each of those, and then after that you end up to fight an even bigger boss at the end of the world. So yeah, overall it's not super long, although I mean there is quite a bit of replayability if you did not find all of the treasures or gold statue pieces on your first try. So overall I like this game, but it definitely is a lot different than your typical Mario platforming, 3D Mario platforming game, which is why I guess some people kind of shied away from it, and it never really took off. But anyway, level complete. That takes us back to here. And we'll open up the second. Oh, actually, before it does that, it will show us the statue from that, and it will complete half of the heart here, which gives us an extra half piece of health. I don't know how many games out there actually give you your extra health segments in halves instead of, like Zelda, you usually find 4 heart pieces, and then you get like a whole new heart. But in this game, every level that you find all of the gold statue pieces in only gives you an extra half of heart, which is kind of funny, although sometimes that half of heart can make all the difference. So as you saw, World 2 opened up there, and if we proceed on to the right here, we have the door where the boss will eventually be. But anyway, I believe that is where we are going to end off today after I show one more thing and after I accidentally fall down there, but that's actually kind of a shortcut to where I wanted to go anyway. Since we found all of the treasures in the first level, that will unlock this thing over here. And what this does is when you connect this game to your Game Boy Advance, you can kind of demo some of the micro games from WarioWare Inc. Mega Micro Games, which is pretty cool. And every time you find all of the treasures in a level, it will unlock some more games that you can sample, which is neat. Overall, it's kind of a neat little incentive to make you want to find everything. But anyway, I believe that is where we are going to end off today. So I hope that everyone enjoyed seeing Wario World. It's definitely a game that I think is underrated, and I don't know a single other person who has ever beat it. So if you ever get the chance to play it, definitely do so. I think it's a lot of fun. If you like the Wario Land games for the Game Boy, I think you will definitely like this game. And yeah, and so there is one Wario statue. Basically, every level has a different Wario statue, which is kind of cool, but pretty much you have to find all the pieces to collect them all. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that you enjoy, and I hope to see you next time for a different game. So thanks, and see you later.